All right.
This next one, we might fight a little bit here, guys.
Oh, I mean, I'm anticipating the fight from Tavin, but I will rise up and defend the GameCube controller. I think the GameCube controller is good, and possibly even great. I very much love and have a fondness for this lovely little purple boy. But I'll go ahead and shoot to you guys.
Aesthetically, the GameCube controller is great. Aesthetically, it looks fantastic. Great use of colors. Again, the purple really pops. A really good choice in just how the controller looks. I like the colors of the buttons, the colors of when they choose to use white, when they choose to use green, blue, yellow, not blue, red, yellow. All great stuff. However, the functionality of those shoulder buttons, those don't feel good to press at all. They are too soft and then weirdly clicky at the end of your pull. It's very strange. I don't think either stick feels great to use, and the placement of the face buttons is awkward. You never get used to it. You never fully know which one is Y and which one is X. You only really know which one is A and B, and then that C stick I think is one of the worst things to ever grace a controller.
Absolutely not.
I would go. This is okay above the NES, but I'm not mad at it. Good.
No, I think the GameCube controller is great. I have to disagree with you.
We got to let it go, guys. We got to let the GameCube controller go. It's time to let it die. And that's also my thing of it is it would have been fine if it stayed in its era. I understand with the Wii, there was built-in backwards compatibility and things like that. Wii U is a little bit more complicated. Why is this thing adaptable to the Switch? Why are we still dragging this piece of hardware forward? It's not that good. We need to let it go. And it's the fact that it has stuck around through eras has spoiled the taste of it for me.
Well,
so Tavin's just bitter.
Very bitter. He's always bitter about everything.
This peach tea's still not good.
Yeah, it's Lipton. But for me, it's gonna have to go in great.
Connor, let me you're gonna say great, Connor?
Were you not finished?
No, I was moving to you. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, the button placements are weird, but not in a way that ruins the entire controller, but rather just requires a learning curve, jumping from any other controller to that. The C-Stick I like. You know, I always loved how it felt in Smash Brothers specifically, getting those strong attacks. I was actually very happy when the Nintendo 3DS XL that I got had a little, like node that functioned as a C-Stick. I always loved that kind of stuff.
It was badass.
And the big thing about the GameCube is that it feels really good in my hands.
It does feel good in the hands. It fills out in the palms real well.
Which I think especially makes up for that learning curve you'll have to go to.
Form factor,
you'll have to fix. Yeah. Which is how I rate controllers the most. Just how it feels in my hands, because I've experienced lots of controllers that just crampy, make my hands feel crampy. They're too small. They're clunky. This one hits that sweet spot. For the button, I understand why people think would say it's the greatest of all time, or at least in that category. But I don't, even with the nostalgia I have for it, I'm not so fanatic about it. So even though it feels super good, those button placements make it prevent it from getting it to GOAT territory.
Why is the tier in 240? I don't know, because this is what we have.
Budget, yeah.
Maybe is there a way to...
By the way, hello, DD was taken. Saw you did the first time chat earlier. Nice to have a new guy here. Or one.
Well,
it's also the images
is so me and Tavin are going to overwrite. Me and Connor are going to override Tavin, and we're going to put GameCube in great.
God, hold on, I'm fighting real hard. You guys, those shoulder buttons are terrible.
They're not. They're
absolutely awful.
They're actually great.
No, the Z button. The Z button is too stiff, and the bumpers do not feel good to use. They don't.
The Z button's the worst part on that controller. Bumpers, they feel fine.
The C stick is the worst part of that controller.
It is not.
It absolutely is. Why is it angular in its thing? It sucks. It's terrible.
Angular? It feels natural.
No, in the cutout of it. It's not a circle. It's the angle. It's like a fucking octagon.
Yeah,
in there.
Octogate.
The regular control stick is the same way.
I think it's kind of based around.
Okay, it's both bad. That's bad.
Here's the thing, Tavin. I think it's kind of based around fight sticks.
And also,
they function that same way as well. With the Octogate is what you're talking about.
For what is GameCube known for fighting games?
No, but I'm just saying that element of it is like an arcade cabinet. It's like an arcade.
But now we are in an era of gaming where this is unacceptable. PS2 is around. Xbox is about to kick down the door. The PlayStation 1 was around. There is a version of the PlayStation 1 DualSense that has analog sticks. This is Nintendo being weird and quirky for the sake of being weird and quirky, and it holds them back.
Like with the angles on things?
Just the overall controller design, with where the face buttons are, with where the sticks are, with how the sticks are formed. The C stick is terrible. It's not a good. It is. At most, I think this should go in good. Like I think there's just so much. Like, again, the form factor, how it feels in your hands is fine, is good. The buttons do feel good to press, right? But the sticks don't feel good. They feel nubby and like this is a toy in an era where we could probably take this a little bit more seriously. And the shoulder buttons are crap. Like, they really are garbage. Why are they so soft? No. And then why is there a weird hard click at the end? It doesn't feel like I'm pushing buttons. It feels like I'm, like, fingering a pillow that gets crusty halfway through.
No, but I love the duality of that, where, like, for some games, I'm gonna shoot to Super Mario Sunshine, where it served a purpose, right? So if you held it not all the way down, you would be able to walk and shoot FLUDD at the same time. But if you clicked it in, you would stay stationary and be able to, like, move and, like, aim.
I think that's beauty of good game design, but that's them working around the functionality of a poorly thought out controller.
It seems like that's built in with the design in mind of the GameCube controller.
The pressure sensitivity of it. Yeah, that's an idea, and that's an era of gaming is where, pressure-sensitive buttons were a thing.
Well, I guess we're kind of back in that era in a way with the adaptive triggers.
Yeah, but those are way better.
I hate the adaptive triggers.
Why?
They suck ass. The only reason why that's not going to affect the score when we get to it is you can turn it off. It's like, why do I need to feel like there's resistance when I'm shooting a gun on a game? Like, it's unnecessary.
It's rare where that's even a thing that's happening.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even when it does the cool things of, like...
You gotta play Returnal, man.
What?
You gotta play Returnal.
I mean, but that's fine if that's one game that does it well. Every other one
Spider-Man 2 did it well.
What?
Spider-Man 2 did it well.
No. Well, that's not entirely true. I liked it when you break open the stones. That's the only time I would be like...
That felt good, but I was thinking of when you have to, like... There's pressure gauges, and they bring up the two things, and you gotta, like hold the different triggers at different levels of thing. Right. Yeah, that's fun to play. Well, we'll get there when we get there. You know?
But yeah,
I think this fucking thing, like, it's just, like, I don't see how it's great.
I think it's got to go in great, but
why?
Because it's great. It feels great. The controls are fine. Sticks are fine.
I'm being told that stream died, but we know we're still recording. So
okay. Are we putting it below the SNES?
It looks like we're back. I would argue hard below SNES.
I wonder why you would say that.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be in this fucking tier.
I'm not that guy that's gonna, like, order them in the tiers. I'm just gonna keep them in the same tier, and then we can have a separate discussion later if we want about, like, where to place them.
No,
but for now,
let's order them. Why are we not ordering them?
That's part of the point of tier
point.
Is it?
Yeah,
I've never really done that.
It's like bottom of B tier to top of A. Like,
thank you for the confirmation that we're back. Yeah,
that's fair. Thanks. Okay, well. If I'm fine with putting it below SNES.